I'm in this weird season where my old chapter has ended, but my new one hasn't really begun. It's like I'm standing in the hallway before I even walk into a new room, and sometimes when I get into that new room, I feel underprepared and feel guilty. If you've ever felt guilty for not doing enough while you're waiting, then this episode is for you. Welcome to the Roses and Real Talk podcast, where we smell the roses, then spill the real. This podcast is all about blossoming into our best selves, sharing sweet moments, hard truths, growth, and grit. Today, we're talking about waiting periods and how not being conventionally productive can actually be productive. And it's all with me, your host, Autumn. Welcome back to Roses and Real Talk. This is the second episode of this amazing podcast. I hope everyone has been well. This summer has been really relaxing and really good. I've had a lot of time to hang out with friends at the beach. I've been watching a lot of TV and a lot of movies. Of course, working on this podcast. This summer has been really great, but I feel like I've also been struggling, I guess, with toxic productivity, I guess you could say. I tend to work really hard, especially in school, but when it comes to summer, I kind of get into the slump. It's where like my mind is telling me like you need to work, Naomi, but my body is just like, no, you don't need to work. And so that is why I want to talk about waiting periods. I find that in waiting periods, I don't always allow myself to rest. And I know this can be common for a lot of other people who are maybe perfectionists or workaholics. There are so many different opinions about what a waiting period is useful for. Some people believe a waiting period is used to start prepping for that next big season, that next big phase of your life. Some people think it's about, relaxing and coming down from the high of the new season you just completed. Some people think it's about, especially like with summer, it's about making memories and enjoying your time. In my opinion, I think it can be all of these. But for me, I've been just having this battle recently about what a true waiting period means and what it looks like for me, as I am a very ambitious person and want to do a lot, but I'm also wanting to relax and, just leisurely enjoy my summer before the stress of college. And so that is what I wanted to talk about in today's episode. So if you feel like you're in between and wanting to figure out how to really make the most of this period between a big transition of yours, this episode is for you. If there's one thing people know about me, it's that I love to reflect. I love journaling. I love just thinking about all that I've been through and just like how I've got to the moment where I am now. I absolutely love it. Recently, of course, I've been doing a lot of reflecting about high school, not only in my journal, but also just like with talking with friends and just like reminiscing. I love reflecting on the ways in which I've grown, the ways in which I failed but got back up. I love reflecting on the funny moments, the moments where I had a big epiphany. I just love reflecting. And I found it very helpful in my waiting periods. Before I really got into, the swing of summer, I asked myself some questions. Some of those questions were I'm most proud of myself for. What has challenged me? What did I learn about myself? But I think one of the most important questions I've asked myself is, what do I want to leave behind and what am I taking with me? And when I asked myself those questions, I had an immediate answer. And I said, I want to leave behind the fear of what other people think of me, the fear of not being prepared. That's why I started this podcast. I wanted to just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm going to get better as I go. And so I encourage you, if you're in the beginning, the end, or in the middle, at any point of this waiting season, to reflect. Because I believe in order to move forward, you have to look back. And I want to preface this by saying, a person's pasts and accomplishments can be used as fuel, but also as roadblocks. And with that said, don't beat yourself up. Not only for your actions of the past, but of now. If you're sitting on the couch all summer watching TV, don't beat yourself up for that. Instead, You better start that waiting season now and start reflecting. Start being optimistic and be realistic with it. So after you've reflected, I then would encourage you to set intentions instead of expectations. This is something I really love. I think intention is so important. Having intention in what you're doing in each moment of the day is really important because it will lead to your goals. Believe me, I love setting a good goal, but I think intentions for me hit my heart more, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm really doing it for me instead of to reach this goal. I think goals can sometimes, feel like you're playing a video game. Man, I just have to keep playing so I can get to this level. Da, da, da. But intentions, in my opinion, are more like, hey, I'm gonna keep on playing this round of the game so I can get better at this skill, so I can get better at this skill. I do not know why I'm thinking about Overcooked right now. I just really want to play the game. But intentions are so important. So I would encourage you, instead of asking yourself the question of like, what do I want to accomplish in this moment, in this season of my life? Instead, ask yourself, who do I want to become? And I feel like that is a lot easier because, yes, you have kind of like this goal of who you want to become, but it implies that there is growth that will happen over time. Instead of what I want to accomplish, I feel like it seems so sudden. And for example, for me, if I wanted to say what I want to accomplish, I could say something like, I want to make such a big podcast this summer. I want so many young people to listen to it, to grow from it, to hear my story, da da da. But that seems like such a 360. Instead, who do I want to become? I can say, I want to become someone who's confident in editing videos and creating things that people can connect with. These kinds of goals and intentions are so great to have, and they've really helped me. After you set an intention, I think it's important to start executing. For example, for me this summer, I wanted to become someone that is more well-rounded. And what I mean by well-rounded is very educated on various topics. And so, if I want to start executing and start becoming this person, I would start by, this is what I've been doing. I've been trying to read one chapter of a book a day. Additionally, I don't know if this is me, but when I hang out with my friends, when I learn more about them and their interests, and they teach me new things, that helps me become a more well-rounded person. I've been saying yes to hanging out with friends who may hang out with other friends that I may not know. So these tiny actions have helped me move forward to the intention that I set for myself in this period. So I definitely recommend starting small and executing it with small steps you can do. Now, as we conclude, I would just like to say, don't forget to live. This waiting season that you're in is such an important space because it allows you to come down from the high of your most previous season, but also get ready to enter into this new season. Don't forget to live. I know this summer I keep beating myself up about being productive, about being ahead in my schoolwork, in so many different aspects, but don't forget to live and take care of yourself. Okay, don't prepare as much as you need to when you feel the need. Prepare as much as your body and your mind is telling you you can, but don't force it. Dream, reflect, act, but just don't forget to live in this moment because you will be entering that new season real quickly. So soak it up. And with that, that is this episode about the waiting season, about the waiting period, and how to really, utilize it. It's such a special season. And with that, I would love to leave you all with the question of today's podcast, which is, what do I want to carry with me, and what am I ready to leave behind? Just think about that. That's a juicy question. I think I've already talked about it a little bit, but I want to leave behind fear, and I'm ready to enter into just fearlessness. Thank you all so much for listening to today's podcast. This means so much to me, and I hope you guys found some value in it, especially with this time. Make sure you go follow the TikTok account at roses.and.real.talk podcast. Until next time, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. And I hope you guys enjoyed this real talk. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.